Hi there everyone, it is currently the 20th of December 2011, about 12 Zulu for everybody worldwide watching this video update. Today we're going to be starting off in Australia here, starting from the coast of Darwin here all the way out towards the Coral Sea. We have two areas of possible tropical cyclone development. The first is here just off the coast of Darwin. That's bringing some rain showers over the area here currently, and looking at possible development in this region by the latter part of this week. But more urgent at this very time is this area right here just southeast of Papua New Guinea and also south of the Solomons. Now this region is being called a tropical low by the Bureau of Meteorology. Current winds out of it are about 20, gusting up to a max of 45 knots, and right now the Bureau is expecting this for a high chance of tropical development over the next 48 hours before it continues to track off towards the southeast and begins to get pounded by vertical wind shear in that region. But right at this time we're looking at about 5 to 10 knots out across the entire area, and that is really conducive for this tropical development. As I already noted in the past, vertical wind shear really is kind of like blowing on a candle. If you get too much blowing on the side of that candle, it's going to blow it out. Well, that's kind of the same with tropical systems here, and as we continue to see this track off towards the south, out towards New Caledonia, you get upwards about 50 to 60 knots, and that's really going to blow out this tropical system. But for the immediate time being, this does look like it has a chance for development at least into a weak system, and before it ends up heading down here towards the southeast, could become subtropical or extratropical at that point. So don't take it completely out of the equation of bringing some heavy rain showers to Caledonia as it rides this monsoonal trough. And what I mean by the monsoonal trough is this broad area of moisture in this entire region here, extending all the way from Indonesia across Papua New Guinea down to the Solomon Islands and New Caledonia. See all these areas in red? That means a very heavy moisture, and you right here in the last several frames of this moisture satellite loop here, you can see that circulation spinning right here just south of the Solomon Islands out to the Coral Sea. Well, that is where the cyclonic circulation is really starting to develop at this time. So where is it going to go? I think that's the big question out here. Well, great news. It looks like it's going to steer away from the coast of Australia. Here on the left, you're seeing the GFS model outlook. On the right, this is no gaps. Both of them steer them down towards the southeast as it follows that monsoonal trough. But both of these regions also look like it could bring some heavy rainfall here to New Caledonia. So if you're any of my viewers out here on this island, definitely keep a close eye on the system. You could expect some minor flooding, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a significant tropical system by the time it reaches down there. Two main reasons: we already noted that vertical wind shear, but also look at the sea surface temperatures here. That's what's being indicated down here in green. You see those numbers dropping all the way down to the low 20s into the high teens as it continues to track south. So really starting to lose a lot of that latent heat potential for moisture from the ocean itself, and that will cause this storm to lose its warm core low. Now this is a model I really don't typically show often. You can find it under the cyclone phase models at westernpacificweather.com, and really in the bottom right here you see this in warm core low, but then as we track off, and actually if you match it up here towards the top, you have the A, the C, but as the storm continues to track down towards the south, it loses its symmetric features and becomes more asymmetric. That means that it's not going to be as vertical, therefore not really tropical. But here's another way to look at that same model outlook here. Starting on Tuesday at 12Z, you do have that circulation here just northwest of New Caledonia, and as we go into the next several days, you see that circulation continuing to develop, move down towards the southeast here. But look at this, you have a kind of a warm front developing here with an extension off here towards the south. That's a cold front possibly developing. That means the system is going more subtropical to extratropical by this point in time, and then eventually it continues to track down here towards the south and really becomes extratropical with this long cold front out of it. So with that, you could see some thunderstorm activity across New Caledonia with those heavy rain showers, but don't expect those high and intense winds, and definitely don't expect those sustained winds above about 30 to 40 knots as you would see with a tropical system. But still, there is that thunderstorm activity and heavy rain showers expected with the system. But meanwhile, while I have this GFS outlook here, look at here just off the coast of Darwin. See this little circulation right in here? Well, that is that other tropical system we are talking about right now, and at this time this does look like it is going to continue to linger in the area and could bring some heavy rain showers to the region, and already looks like it's going to. If you look at the radar out of Darwin at this time, we're seeing some heavy thunderstorms down here just off towards the east and southeast of the city right now. So that's just due to some outflow from the possible development of this tropical system, and also associated with the model just off towards the north here. But if we look at another model here, now this is no gaps, looking at the possible development of this system just off the coast of Darwin. Now out through the middle and latter part of this week, both models continue to have the system linger here just off the coast. So expect continuous rain showers, which also could bring the potential for flooding in the area. So So don't discount this as a weak system. Also, just to kind of remember that it is going to bring some persistent rain showers coming out of here off the north. But with this model, it looks like it's going to track it off here towards the west-southwest, eventually running and just clipping the coast of northwest Australia here as it tracks down here towards the southwest. Wow, GFS, if we go back and look at that model, it shows this system moving off towards the east. So with that being said, I think it's way still too early to kind of decide on exactly where this tropical system could potentially develop and go. So we'll keep a close eye on this. Please continue to follow here at Western Pacific Weather, or the Bureau of Meteorology as well, definitely. And also 28storms.com is continuing to put out some good updates on these as well. But with that being said, let's look away from Australia and back off here towards the north, where tropical depression Washi here is all but gone in the South China Sea. You still see a couple lingering clouds out here, and that's really just the remnants of it at this time. It got completely bombarded by dry air advection and vertical wind shear across the region. So not much left of it right now, but still off here towards the southwest, as far south as Singapore, you're continuing to see some rain showers. I know it is just off the map here. That is more so due to the northeast monsoon than any different thing from this tropical. But also, let's look out here towards the north. See all this area here just off the west coast of Honshu? Still more snow showers coming in across the region. Definitely some pretty heavy stuff. And some of this possibly could push over here towards the Kanto Plain by this weekend here for Christmas. So something to keep a close eye on as well as we continue to see cold air push through. But before that, on Wednesday into Thursday, we're seeing a low develop out of Korea here, move on across the Sea of Japan, and with that, another low kind of splitting off of it here just south of Honshu, and that looks like it's going to be bringing some rain showers and even heavy snow showers out here across much of Japan. So something to note on Thursday and the Friday, but behind that, another cold surge begins to set up, and look at these cold temperatures drifting down here towards the south. Freezing, I often like to use on this model as about 540 to 528, and see how this number continues to push down here towards the south as most of Japan gets affected here, while all this area in green is those ocean effect snow showers. So really the west coast extending all the way even as far south as Kyushu up towards Hokkaido could be seeing some snow with this. But also look at this all the way down towards the south along the southern portion of this cold surge. More rain showers expected around northern Luzon, and also the monsoonal trough could be affecting Mindanao by this weekend. So we know we still have recovery efforts out there, but really bad news, you could see some more rain by this weekend. But that is all for today, everyone. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as always, please post them in the comment box below. And lastly, I do want to let you know I have launched my new channel. Still going to be adding some more videos to it, but for right now, I do have one up about a trip up in Kiabara recently. So please click on this box up here and just to my left, and you can check out that video right there. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a great day.